God has an urgent message for you today. Someone close to you is trying to sell your father's memory for money, and this isn't just your imagination. It's a divine warning meant to protect your father's sacred legacy. God is revealing to you that someone you trusted is using your grief in your father's name for their own financial gain. This message comes with love to help you see the truth about what's happening. Your father's memory is being turned into profit by someone who should be honoring it, instead of exploiting it for personal benefit. As you hear these words, know that God sees how this person is dishonoring your father's memory while you're still healing from your loss. It's normal to feel shocked, angry, or deeply hurt when you realize someone is profiting from your father's life. But remember that God is watching over both you and your father's legacy with protective care. This warning is your chance to stop the spiritual violation and turn betrayal into justice for your father's honor. You're receiving this message because there's still time to protect what's sacred. Even when confronting someone about exploiting your father feels impossible or painful, trust that this warning is a blessing, because knowing the truth gives you power to defend your father's memory before more damage is done. As you think about recent conversations or interactions involving your father's belongings or stories, take time to examine what you've been noticing. Just like vultures circle after death to feed on what remains, some people see your father's passing as an opportunity to profit from your grief. Look carefully at who has shown sudden interest in your father's possessions, his stories, or his reputation since he passed away. Hold on to your love for your father and your desire to honor him properly, but let go of blind trust that prevents you from seeing harmful intentions. Just like a guard protects a sacred monument from vandals, you need to build protective boundaries around your father's memory before more exploitation happens. This warning isn't meant to make you suspicious of everyone, but to open your eyes to those who see dollar signs where you see sacred memories. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for your father is to recognize when his memory is being sold and step in to stop it with courage and determination. This warning about someone exploiting your father's memory is more than just information about family betrayal. It's a spiritual call to become the guardian of sacred ground. Your father's memory is holy territory that deserves protection from those who would turn it into profit. It's time for you to connect with your inner strength and find the courage to defend what cannot defend itself. Face this revelation with a determined heart, knowing that your father's spirit is counting on you to preserve his true legacy. There's a divine plan at work in your life, and sometimes that plan includes discovering painful truths about people's real intentions. This betrayal might seem overwhelming, but see it as your chance to grow into the protector your father needs. Every boundary you set around his memory becomes a lesson in honoring what's sacred. When family or friends try to profit from your father's life, reach out in prayer for guidance about how to respond. God is always here to give you strength, wisdom, and the fierce love needed to protect your father's honor. In your prayers, you'll find the courage to confront those who exploit the dead for money. As we've discussed recognizing this painful betrayal of your father's memory, I'd like to help prepare you for more divine guidance about protecting legacies. If these messages about defending your father's honor resonate with your spirit, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to receive more spiritual warnings about family exploitation and legacy protection. Pay attention to signs that confirm someone is exploiting your father's memory for financial gain. These aren't just coincidences. They are divine revelations sent to expose the truth about their intentions. As you reflect on recent interactions, notice when someone shows unusual interest in your father's valuable possessions, tells stories about him that don't match your memories, or suddenly becomes very involved in settling his affairs. You might hear them discussing selling items that should stay in the family, using your father's name to gain trust in business deals, or claiming relationships with him that seem exaggerated for personal advantage. These aren't accidents, they're Sacred warnings helping you recognize spiritual theft. Trust your gut feelings when someone talks about your father. That uncomfortable feeling in your stomach when they mention his belongings. The sudden anger when they tell twisted versions of his stories. Or the sadness when they reduce his life to dollar amounts. That's God speaking through your body. When you feel protective instincts rising, when you notice yourself questioning their motives, or when you dream of your father looking worried or upset, that's divine guidance showing you exactly what needs your attention. Your father's spirit is working through these signs to expose those who would dishonor his memory for money. Remember, you're not facing this betrayal of your father's memory alone. God is with you, surrounding you with strength and courage as you prepare to confront those who exploit what should be sacred. Around you stands a team of guardian angels, your Father's Spirit, and heavenly helpers all working to support you through this difficult discovery about someone's true character. This warning about the exploitation is designed to help you protect your father's legacy, not to destroy relationships for no reason. And every part of this situation is under divine guidance. Feel grateful for this painful but necessary revelation, for it shows how much your father's honor matters to God. Each step you take toward defending his memory brings you closer to the justice and protection he deserves. The universe holds both you and your father's spirit in loving care during this confrontation, and nothing can weaken the sacred bond between parent and child, not even those who try to profit from that relationship. After death, divine timing, God's perfect clock, is working in this situation with your father's memory right now. When you receive this warning about exploitation at exactly the moment, when you're strong enough to act on it, and before irreversible damage is done, that's sacred timing protecting your father's legacy. These moments show you're connected to God's plan for preserving what matters most, living in harmony with divine justice even through painful family discoveries. As these warning signs about the exploitation become clearer, let them build your confidence in taking action. Each confirmation shows you're being guided toward protecting your father's true honor. Pay attention to these experiences and trust their urgent message. They aren't random family problems or business disputes. They're part of a loving plan to expose spiritual theft before it goes too far. Keep your heart open to these divine messages about your father's memory. The more you recognize and respond to them, the more power you'll have to stop the exploitation and preserve his legacy properly. Just as you receive these divine messages about protecting your father as sacred memory, your support helps us continue sharing similar warnings with others facing family exploitation after losing loved ones. A small super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or even $50 allows these crucial warnings to reach those who feel helpless watching their parents' legacies being sold for profit. As you prepare to confront those exploiting your father's memory, believe that this painful challenge can lead to amazing spiritual growth and strength. Just like a warrior must rise to protect sacred ground from invaders, your spirit grows stronger when you defend what cannot defend itself. God arranges these tests of loyalty perfectly, even when protecting your father's memory feels overwhelming. At first, focus on building your inner courage, because that fierce love is what carries you through confrontations about exploitation. When you stay true to your duty as your father's guardian and keep your heart open to his guidance, incredible transformation begins inside you. Strength you never knew you had starts flowing through your actions. Every step you take toward protecting his honor brings you closer to becoming the guardian he would be proud of. Stay authentic in your love for your father, because that sacred relationship gives you the right and the power to fight for his memory. Your bond with him becomes your greatest weapon against those who would sell his legacy for money. As you prepare to defend your father's memory from those who would sell it, make it a habit to say, "I am the guardian of my father's sacred memory." Speak these words with complete determination each morning before facing the day. This simple Practice builds a shield of spiritual authority around you that exploitation cannot break through. When doubt creeps in or when others try to make you feel guilty for protecting your father's legacy, pause for a moment. Use this time to quiet your mind and connect with your father's spirit and the divine strength inside you. Trust that God is working through you to preserve what's holy, and begin each day thanking Him for choosing you as your father's protector. When you fill your thoughts with fierce love and righteous anger against exploitation, you create room for justice in your life. Pray to your father's spirit for guidance when confronting those who dishonor him. Your sacred duty as his guardian is the key that unlocks the courage needed to fight for his memory against those who see only profit. During this battle for your father's memory, you're not just fighting personally, but also becoming someone who can help other grieving children protect their parents' legacies. This painful experience offers you a chance to show God's love by modeling fierce protection of what's sacred. Each day gives you new opportunities to strengthen your resolve and share wisdom with those facing similar exploitation of their loved ones' memories. As you pray for courage and connect with your father's spirit, remember to reach out to supportive friends who understand the sacred nature of family legacy. Your courage in confronting memory thieves can inspire and encourage others who might be watching their parents' honor being sold. Use your story to bring light to someone else's family darkness and exploitation. Embrace each day as a chance to build a community of memory guardians, creating networks of people who protect rather than profit from the dead. In this journey, we grow stronger together, supporting each other through prayer and shared determination to preserve what cannot be replaced or bought with money. Preparing spiritually for the difficult conversation with the person exploiting your father's memory requires divine wisdom and careful planning. When you approach someone who's selling your father's legacy, carry his spirit with you and speak with the authority of someone who truly knew and loved him. Ask God to give you the right words that honor your father while firmly establishing boundaries around his memory and belongings. Set clear limits about what stories can be told, what items can be sold, and how his name can be used. Remember that legal considerations might come into play when protecting your father's estate, but your spiritual duty goes beyond legal requirements. You're fighting for his soul's peace and your family's honor. Practice forgiveness for the person's weakness and greed while still protecting what's sacred from further violation. Let your father's strength flow through you during this confrontation, knowing that he would fight just as hard to protect your memory if roles were reversed. Stand firm in your convictions, but speak with love, showing that true family loyalty means preserving dignity rather than converting memories into cash. Your father's spirit will guide your words when you need them most. In closing, as we face this betrayal of your father's sacred memory, and whatever emotions it brings, let's move forward with fierce determination and divine purpose. Be prepared to welcome God's strength in defending what's holy. Face difficult confrontations with righteous courage, and recognize the peace that comes from being your father's faithful guardian. Trust in the power of prayer and in your father's spirit guiding you through this battle. You are on a path to victory over those who exploit the dead, surrounded by divine love and your father's eternal pride. Keep saying, "I am the guardian of my father's sacred memory," and watch as justice begins to flow. If this message has given you courage to protect your father's memory from exploitation, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more divine guidance about defending family legacies. Hit the notification bell so you never miss warnings about protecting what's sacred. When you share this message, you help other grieving children recognize and stop the exploitation of their parents' memories. Each person who receives this warning through you becomes part of your father's legacy of honor and protection. Dear Lord, please give us strength to confront those who exploit our father's memories and the wisdom to preserve their true legacies with love and justice. Amen. If this message has awakened your protective instincts or helped you recognize someone exploiting your father's memory. Consider showing your appreciation with a super thanks of $10, $20, $50, or more. Your support helps us continue sharing these crucial warnings with others who need the courage to fight for their parents' honor. Please share in the comments your experiences with protecting your father's memory or divine messages about family legacy you'd like to hear in our next video. Your stories help us bring you the guidance that honors both the living and the dead.